All right, in this tutorial we're going to finish off and just add a seat here so that we're done. So application menu, from application menu I'm just going to go to new, and I'm going to go down to part and go create 2D sketch, and this is dead simple. So create 2D sketch on the surface, and we're just going to go rectangle. So the only thing you really need to know is how big it is. So we know that the cross rails happen to be 16, so we know that one of the dimensions is 16. And I'm just going to go back to here. And basically and if I go from the top view, so we're just going to go or I'm going to use this as the last view here. I'm going to go inspect and go distance, and I'm going to go from this edge here to that edge there, and it's 17.5. So close enough, 17.5. So what I'm going to do is go back into here, and I want a little bit of an overhang as well. So I'm going to go back to this part here, zoom out a tiny bit, and I guess we can make this one, 17.5. Okay, so there we go, and I finish it off, and then from here what we're going to do is we're going to extrude it. No, not it revolves, right? We're going to extrude up. We're going to extrude it up 2 inches. So this is actually a piece of plywood, half-inch plywood, and then you're going to add foam on top. So I'm just going to say that it's going to end up being about 2 inches tall. Hit OK. Let's just go to fillet, and from fillet what we're going to do is change this radius. And we're going to change this radius to 1.5. And then what we'll do is we'll just radius the 4 corners. We'll hit apply. Okay, then what we're going to do is change this radius back to maybe 0.5 of an inch. And what I'm going to do there is just take this kind of point off here like this, and we'll go all the way around just so it doesn't look so bad with this little point to it. And what we're doing really is we're actually going to pretty much do that on the piece of plywood first anyway, so we don't rip the fabric. Hit apply. Okay, there's basically our stool. Now let's add something to it for color, so click the part up here. And I don't know, let's pick something in the blues. Let's just pick blue. Blue wall paint, what does that do? Oh, sure, what the heck, we'll just go blue wall paint. Right, so save the part, and we're going to call this the seat, and click on OK, save. Right, so now go back to our full stool assembly, and go back to assemble up top here, place, go find our seat, which is right there, open. Now, we got to think about this. What do we attach it to? So I'm going to attach it to one of these corner blocks, and that way if we move anything it just moves with the corner blocks. So constrain, grab this guy, grab that's the right way around, hit apply. Now it's going to be kind of hard to get to the corner blocks. So what I'm going to do, hit cancel. This part here is the half stool, is this one right here. So I'm going to right mouse click and I go visibility and turn it off, and that way it just lets me do the rest of this. So constrain to this end of here and right here. Okay, oops, and I gotta set that to 0 and go apply. And then what I'm going to do is here I'm going to grab this end and the edge of this, and oops, hang on a second, let's cancel. What do we got to do here? Why wouldn't it do it for me? So constrain, and we'll go this here and this edge right there. No, it's not going to do it. That should be 0. And apply, and it's going to give me an error. Nope, there we go. We're good. Okay, and hit cancel, so there we go. And the last thing we do is just go back to the stool here and turn it back on, visibility, and there we go. So there's kind of our finished, I don't know about like the painty surface there. If I just go back to shade with edges, and you can kind of see what it's looking like. So that pretty much completes this tutorial on how to make an upholstered stool. And obviously there's screw holes that needed to go in, which we didn't do, and holes into the corner blocks that you could screws up into the plywood. And the other thing is these edges for routing. Obviously this here you use a hand router, and this will be rounded over in that so that it actually looks really nice. But that's the generic tutorial on how to make an upholstered stool. And obviously if you wanted it higher, taller, longer, you would just start making different pieces and expanding these pieces and changing these up, and you have yourself a upholstered bench instead of a stool. So that concludes this tutorial.